217. 217 men, women, boys, girls, children. 217 lives killed by police brutality this year. I'm not interested in arguments about who was unarmed and who was dangerous and big bad dudes and so forth. At some point in time, it has to stop. You can join your local election. Make sure you're involved with the election of the DA, election of the sheriff department, election of the mayor's office, governors, senators, congressmen. Make sure you vote. A lot of things can change with that, but what has changed, first of all, is accountability on the federal level. President Obama says he will take it as a personal slight if people don't participate in this election. Those people being us, the ones that put him in there twice. I don't know how I feel about that, because you have to earn the right to even say that. You have to earn the right to say, I did for you so you can do for me. But what have you done for us? I'm talking about us. Your people who are dying in the fucking streets by these corrupted, racist ass cops. No, it's not one-off. It's not this, the good ones. And no, I don't care about picnics. I don't care about pictures of people hugging cops and praying with cops. That doesn't matter. What I want to know is if the next 12-year-old gets shot, will that cop get prosecuted? And the fact that I have to ask if he will, and even if he does, will he be convicted? That is the problem. So here's the deal. This is why the kneeling and the protest and the rioting and everything that goes along with saying, God damn it, Black Lives Matter. We want prosecution. We want mandatory prosecution. Matter of fact, I would go so far as say I want legislation making it a hate crime to murder anyone of any color without provocation by public servants. See, that is a very strong term, public service. You're not serving yourself. You're not serving your own racist beliefs. You're not serving your fears. I was afraid for my safety from 35 feet away. Then maybe you shouldn't be a fucking cop. But back to what I was saying. We want prosecution and the elimination of local grand juries, federal grand jury, federal prosecution, hate crime. The same way they protected the LGBT, they can protect the African American community. It's a hate crime. Make it a hate crime. Mandatory prosecution. Eliminate local DA and grand jury because they won't prosecute their own. It's too close. You know the problem is, if a local DA actually prosecutes sheriff's office or whatever, then they have to admit to being in compliance with what they've been doing up to that point. See, now you're caught. Now you're on video or whatever. But I'm prosecuting you, which means also that in the process of doing your job, you have been doing this. That's why there's a conflict of interest. The DA would essentially be prosecuting themselves, saying that they knew that this dirty piece of shit was the cop, and they were fine as long as they were getting their collars and so forth like that. Now it's on camera. Now you got to admit it, etc. Same thing that happened in Chicago. They went and confiscated those videos. The mayor suppressed the video for a whole year before we saw it, where they shot this little boy 17 times with a handgun, which means you had to reload twice. Yeah, or maybe once. Who knows? But 17 times. Suppressed the video for a year. Because you said he was holding a knife in a threatening manner from 40 feet away. 40. In the middle of the street. Threatening nobody. But that's how it normally goes, you know. Shot the man in front of his wife. Don't you kill him, don't you kill him. That's the saddest thing ever. You know, man's truck breaks down in the middle of the street. Cop is on the way to a whole different other call. She gets her ass out with her husband in the damn helicopter talking about a big bad dude and murders this man for no other reason. You should just be, why don't you just call a man a damn tow truck? Be a public servant. Not just your executioner. They let this bitch out on $50,000 bail. $50,000 bail for murder. First degree murder. If you got 2 parking tickets right now, they would hold you overnight. What's the end game? Prosecution. When do we want it? Yesterday. How do we want it? Immediately. Federal level. You mad at football players? Or are you paying attention to why they're protesting? Let me explain something to you. See, I'm a military veteran. Everybody's familiar with PTSD. You've heard it. You may not understand what it is. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, which means you're permanently unhinged because something traumatic happened in front of you or to you. Most of it is in front of you, which means you talking to your friend and got his head blown the fuck off right in front of you. I have a few friends with PTSD. And I'm going to tell you now what you are dealing with when you're dealing with riots and people being that angry. It is PTSD because every day, every week, every month, almost, there's a new hashtag with everybody seeing someone die, their dying moments. Black men, women, children, seeing their dying moments. Personally, I would say it's a new Emmett Till every week now. Mike Brown, yeah, care less how you feel about it. Even if he was guilty of taking some cigarettes from a damn store, he should have went to trial, not be murdered in the middle of the street by a racist piece of shit cop. And that there, no tarp, no cover. It wasn't even taken away in the ambulance. They hauled the man body away in an unmarked SUV. See. You there's no reason to riot, no reason for riots, but let your goddamn college team or NBA team win the goddamn championship, and guess what? There's a reason for violence now. Let's jump on some cars and let's show how happy we are. Well, our reason for riots are different. See, everyone wants to tell us what Martin Luther King would not have done. But even Martin Luther King himself said, riot is the voice of the unheard. So the people are rioting. What the fuck did you miss? Maybe you so stuck on hero worship that you believe that all police officers are inherently good. I used to think the same thing. But you can't keep seeing the thing over and over and over again and not understand its nature. See, if the good cops exist, my hat's off to you. Great job. Do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Make it home to your family. But everybody you stop should make it home to their fucking family. They should go to jail or trial. That's what the court system is for. No one made you fucking judge, jury, and executioner. And no, that doesn't mean I'm anti-cop, anti-police. No more than anybody who's suing for malpractice against all doctors. No. Being against motherfuckers that overreach their damn authority does not mean you're against all cops. It doesn't. Simple. Very simple. James Baldwin said, to be black, or Negro, excuse me, in this country and relatively conscious is to be enraged at all times. Passed that rage about 2 months ago. At this point, livid, insanely frustrated, and can't say it enough. Stop killing us. And going home on paid vacation. And to the Ray Lewises, the Shaqs, and, whoever else wants to put their name in the hat. If you didn't use your platform to speak up for black rights, fuck you. And keep your mouth shut when we speaking up for black rights and they want to run to you for a little quote about how we shouldn't do it, how we should be quiet, and we should just comply and so forth. Well, complying with evil is cooperating with evil. You might as well be doing it yourself. Fuck that. Black Lives Matter. Give a damn who got a problem with it. And please miss me with the Chicago and so forth. Like, first of all, there is no such thing as black on black crime. If you have to say black on black crime, you have to say Mexican on Mexican, you have to say white on white, you have to say Asian on Asian, because what happens? Crime is committed within the proximity of the person committing the crime, which means you're going to tend to do it with your own community. So, miss me with the false certificates, the false statistics, and the bullshit. Cleaning up our mess does not mean we cannot protest and demand justice at the same fucking time. It don't. There's not one first and then the other. Okay, cool. Let me ask you that. So, I saw this online. I thought it was so cool because it's really true. Americans kill Americans all the time, so that means we shouldn't fight terrorism? Because that's the whole thinking of bringing up black on black crime. But you shouldn't fight against, you shouldn't say cops shouldn't kill y'all because y'all kill y'all. That's idiotic. It's insane. You know what PTSD is? I'm a veteran. I do. You can't keep watching the thing over and over again and not be affected by it. My heart is disheartened. I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for my family. Scared for the young men in my family. Scared for the young men in this world. Because we're being hunted. And everybody wants to concentrate on Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie getting divorced. Or crazy shit that Kanye say. Nah. I can't even see that shit anymore. I can't even laugh at it anymore. I can't even laugh at any more jokes. What you can do for me, and I'm talking directly to my president, because I respect you as my president, and still the commander-in-chief. You are the chief law enforcement officer in this country. Make it a hate crime. Federal prosecution. Eliminate grand juries. Give them something to lose. You know the reason why you lose insurance? Because you make too many claims. If an officer violates citizen rights multiple times, they should lose the right to be called an officer. Simple, right? The crazy thing about it is when these guys hit the news, they're on their 20th or 25th public complaint. And it's mostly about racism or mistreatment or whatever. And what'll happen is they'll get fired from one department or whatever, leave that one department and mosey on down the road. Share the data. A murderer should be able to just quit where they're at because they're on the news and everybody knows their face and retaliation is coming. That's what they did with the dude that killed Sandra Bland. Oh, I believe he killed her. Because I believe he killed her. They quietly fired him for his own safety. Because the entirety of Texas know his face. And I don't know if you figured it out yet, but this is Texas. We like gunfights. We kind of invented that shit. Retaliation was coming. So they fired him for his own safety. But didn't prosecute him. Found no wrongdoing, strangely enough, and yet they still paid a settlement for wrongful death. Now let that boil on your brain for a minute. If nobody killed her, why did he have to get fired? Why did he have to leave for his own safety? If she didn't, if her death was justified, why are you paying a wrongful death suit? It's simple. Just like Baltimore. Just like Ferguson. You paying the family hush money so the news cameras go away. Stop killing us. Black Lives Matter. No other simple way to say it.